Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, it's Friday, so let's get going with the Warhammer Friday show. We've got a couple of cool reveals to have a look at this week, and as we work through the video, I'll be bringing you up to date with all the Warhammer news from the Warhammer community website. There's a good selection of games to have a look at, but it is being dominated a little bit by Kill Team this week. Towards the end of the video, we'll be giving the Star of the Week award to one of the articles, and of course, as always, the Loser of the Week. Let's get started then with the first article, which is going to bring us up to date with the Black Library preview online. This was last Saturday, and so now we're going to see what's in store for the Black Library for 2024. So if you watched it, you would have seen the Twitch channel, but if not, this article is going to bring you up to date with all the titles. It looks like there's going to be a nice selection of special edition, limited edition, signed copies, and all with the fancy covers and everything as you would expect. Apart from that though, you're also going to get the regular hardbacks and paperbacks and audiobooks, but this should give you a good idea about what's to come for next year. There's usually a model for the Black Library when they do these previews, and they have done the same this year too, so we'll have a look at that model in a moment and you can see that. But here we've got some nice looks at some of the books and some great covers again, really nicely done. And this is cool how they've done this next one coming up in a moment now, where you can see on the page you've got the bats there on the print. That's a really cool idea, really like that. But let's have a look at the miniature then. And here he is, it's Uftak Black Hawk for the Orcs. He's the boss for the Bad Moons, and he's back now from his adventures in Brutal Cunning. You can see he's armed with the Snaz Hammer and the Loyal Squig Princess as well, and he's balancing his blaster on the squig there. It's always nice to see what they come up with the Orcs for the new models, so very fun, very playful, and yeah, really cool model. And he'll also be coming with some Legends rules, so if you want to include him in your Orc army, then you'll be able to do that as well. And then we've also got the book here, the second full-length novel and sequel to Brutal Cunning. It's Da Big Daka. And there's a nice interview there if you want to check that out with the author, Mike Brooks, and he's also published Brutal Cunning. If you'd like to have a look at that, that's going to be available in a few weeks' time, and you can pre-order that now. Next up, we've got the Advent Engine, and now I'm going to take you through from 8 right up to number 15. So getting to the end now, lots of clues. I wonder if you can guess what it is. Add your guesses down in the comments below. I've got no idea really what's going on with these. I'm rubbish at guessing, so hopefully you'll have a better idea than I have, and you can get some guesses in from the images revealed here. So we're coming up, that's 14. Now we've got image 15 here, and then you can see on the next slide all the different images that have been revealed so far. So we've got a few to go through as we approach Christmas. Not long to go now. Looking at this, only 9 more days. So yeah, Christmas is going to be here pretty soon. All right, let's catch up with the Sunday online preview. And of course, I did a video of this on Sunday if you'd like to check that out in detail. And I also did a video going through all the prices as well. Got to see the Kill Team finally coming now. But it's still going to be a little way away. You can't pre-order this until the 23rd of December. And it's not going to be available until the 13th of January. So we've got a while to go yet. Might be able to get that order in a bit earlier with your friendly local game store, so definitely recommend that. And have a look at the links in the description down below for Element and Wayland, where you can save up to 20% on all those products as well. And you'll also be supporting me here on the channel as I get a small commission from those affiliate links. And a big thanks to my sponsors and supporters for helping me with these videos, and to you for clicking on those links. It really does make a massive difference, so thanks so much. Right, that brings us on to Blood Bowl. Now we're going to get a newly returned Skaven star player. Here we can see now we've got the Skaven Master Assassin known as Skitter Stab. Always nice to get some star players. I must say, as a sculpt go, this one doesn't really leap out at me all that much, but you really want him for the rules, and you could proxy it for sure. But if you wanted to get this actual model and use his Master Assassin ability, you can see here it tells us that once per game, when Skitter successfully breaks an opposition player's armor as a result of a stab special action, he may choose to re-roll the injury roll. So that's a nice one. Being able to re-roll that injury roll is pretty cool in Blood Bowl. If you wanted to add him to the team, the in-game cost is 150,000 gold pieces, but to buy him in real life as a model, it's probably not going to be far off that with the prices Games Workshop are chucking out at the moment. Right, now let's head over to the Old World, and we're going to have a look at Old World Almanac, Living Saints and Special Rules. So now we can look at some of the new rules to expect from the game, and each week they put out a new one. We've seen strategy, movement, shooting, we've seen combat, morale and psychology, magic. Now we're looking at the universal special rules, and then next time it's going to be the army selection. So we're probably getting pretty close now to the end of this series, so maybe we'll be getting some more solid information about when the game's released and more in-depth rules for some of the different factions. We'll have to wait and see, but we've got a lot of rules to contend with now, so not long to wait, hopefully. Alright, now on to Kill Team. We've seen Kill Team dominating this week. I did a little extra video for Warhammer as I thought it would be interesting to have a look at the Kill Team salvation rules. So that's up on the channel if you'd like to have a look. And I do a deep dive on all the contents of the box again and looking at the rules that they released. Normally I'd wait till Friday for these kind of things, but I was pretty interested in how this terrain would work. I mean, it looks so boring, so uninspired, but was it a compromise between the look of it to enhance gameplay? And that's something I was interested in. Personally, I'm not convinced by it, but you know, if you watch the battle report that was on Warhammer Plus this week, you might have got a good idea from that. I'm not subscribed, so I didn't see it, so I can't comment on that. But if you have, yeah, it'd be great to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. But if you'd like to watch this video where I go through everything that they released in the article there on the rules, and especially on line of sight and obscuring, then that's available to watch, and I'll link to it at the end of this video. It definitely feels like a more narrative-based one, this, and the campaign looks to be pretty in-depth, so it could be fun to play if that's the sort of thing you like. And then we saw another article, Kill Team, Your Guide to Fighting on Beta Decima, and they got to speak to the designer with a kind of Q&A session here. These are always interesting. Nick and Elliot got together there, so that might be worth a read if you want to find out a little bit more there. But I think if you are subscribed to Warhammer Plus, you'll probably get a lot from that battle report. There's even more for Kill Team, as we saw an article showing us how to mix and match aspect warriors to create the deadliest blades of Cain Kill Team. And here you're going to go through the aspect techniques. It's going to give you some information and little sneak peeks at the rules there. You've also got the Dire Avenger aspect techniques, Death of 1,000 Blades and Unstinting Immovable. And you can certainly get some bonuses to shooting there, which could be pretty helpful on this new terrain. And then you got to have a look at the Banshee Musk. Each time this operative performs the fight action, worsen the weapon skill characteristic of the target operative weapons by 1 for that combat. And it's not cumulative with being injured. So that's certainly going to help if you can get close to the enemy. And it looks like Mandy Blasters are also going to get some buffs here up close, because each time this operative performs the fight action, at the end of the select valid target step of that combat, the target suffers 2 mortal wounds. That's a little sneak peek then, but these are certainly going to be fast, powerful, and there's a bit of flexibility built in as well, apparently. So if that's your thing, that could be a good Kill Team to go with. Then we got to see more Kill Team with MetaWatch and the balanced data slate, so you can download that and have a look at any new changes now. We're seeing Chaos Cultists reducing the power of their mutations, the Commandos and the Sneaky Getting Bomb Squig rules have been brought down a notch too. The Action Squad receives new buffs when fighting in close combat, and so that's going to nudge them towards more close-range control playstyle, which might be tricky in this new setup with that terrain. But yeah, again, we're going to have to wait and see till we get more information about that for sure. We're also told that some factions have had their complexity reduced, and this is to increase their competitive ceiling. And think about the Genestealer Cult's Wormblade Kill Team here, and they've got some modifications to Cult Ambush and the Sanctus Talon Operative. It's going to be interesting to see how things change now with this new terrain for Beta Decima. Definitely more ranged focused. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time for Kill Team players, I think, and definitely a change from what we saw with Gallowdark. That brings us nicely up to Thursday, where we saw the reveal for the Horus Heresy Thursday. This time it's for Legions Imperialis, and there's going to be some Malcadors arriving for the Solar Auxilia. And here you can see the first of 2 variants of the heavy tank there, and here's the second one. The first one was the Malgador Infernus, but here we've got the Valdor Tank Hunter. So that's going to sacrifice a Sponson, but you've got the powerful neutron beam laser instead there, and that's going to get through that heavy armour. That's brought us right up to date now, and so let's go for the Star of the Week award first, and I've got to give it to the new Orc as part of the Black Library reveal. There wasn't that much to choose from this week, to be fair, and you gotta love Orcs, so what a cool model. Let's give it Star of the Week this week. And Loser of the Week, this was easy. Last week was difficult to choose. There wasn't that much really to go through that was that bad. But this week, I'm definitely giving it to this new Kill Team terrain for a multitude of reasons that I won't go on about again here. I'd love to hear your thoughts from this week in Warhammer. Anything standing out to you? Is there anything you're looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments section down below. And if Warhammer's your thing, you might want to check out the White Dwarf review I did for issue 495. If not though, you might like these Mythic America Wolves by Warlord Games. Fantastic value at the moment, £6.25 for 5 metal miniatures that I got for my Population Z game that's coming out soon. I'll put a link down below to Warlord Games because they've got a cracking sale on at the moment where you can make some really good savings. Also, Moonstone's a good place to go for Christmas to get that starter set and some of the books with a great discount. And I did an unboxing of one of my favourite miniatures from their range, the Goblin Airship, this week. Really awesome model. I've also been looking at some other random things, like this terrain crate for the Hospital Ward made by Mantic Games. Again, I'll be using that in Population Z. And I've been continuing with the TTSG Solar Cast, looking at benefits of solar play. My recent blog post talked about the benefits of co-op play, which I'll be turning into a podcast episode very soon. I've also released some more articles on the website for Population Z, looking at some of the items you might find, and also you can have a look at that map to find out exactly where the campaign is going to take place. So that's all linked down below. It'd be great if you come and join me there. But for now, thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button, subscribe for more like this one, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.